Going on YouTube? It's the Green Shiz here. It is Thursday evening on July 8th. Hope everybody's having a great week. It's been a pretty chaotic week for myself. Been doing a whole bunch of different stuff, working pretty hard this week, uh, putting in some extra hours. I am in sales, so I'm not in the office. It's just a lot of stuff getting pretty busy right now. Putting in some extra time, so get my job done. Just do what I got to do it. Not what you guys care about. I just saw some news today. CGC, the card grading company that also does comic books, made some big waves, and they announced that they're going to be grading video games, CGC video games, and they're now currently looking to hire people experts in the field of grading video games, and that is a whole lot to take in. I cannot believe that they're already getting into that. They do coins, sports cards, Pokemon, comic books, every type of book basically, and then now video games. Basically one of their untapped markets. They're getting into Yu-Gi-Oh too. This is huge news. I cannot wait to see what this label looks like from them. I'm sure it will be similar to a VGA type thing, more of a slab, I'm guessing. This has a little bit of creativity to it, but this is awesome news for me. I love grading video games. I love working with WADA. Not working with them, but sending stuff to them, getting stuff graded. I have 6, 7-ish games there now, and that's a zoo in itself. Is getting stuff graded through them. It takes, just like Pokemon's taken forever, but it's pretty crazy. CGC came into the Pokemon game just over a year ago. Just had their birthday, or it just came, or it's coming up. I remember seeing something about it. Just hit a 1-year anniversary of CGC trading cards. And that sent waves through the industry in grading. So you had PSA, the number one reputable source. You had Beckett Grading, that basically controlled the market of Pokemon grading. Then CGC comes in, very similar / same-ish grading scale as Beckett, and then PSA. So CGC slid in, easily the number 3 in grading. And I would put them at number 2 for quantity and of sales. If you look up eBay sold listings, there's more CGC cards selling than BGS. But again, the black label still holds the pristine over the like a perfect or a pristine 10 at CGC. The black label still superior for now. We'll see how that turns out in many more years when this is still blowing the tails off of Beckett in number of cards sold, so more people become familiar with this item. It'll be something, oh, okay, Beckett is cool, but I have way more CGC slabs, so a perfect 10 would be way cooler, because the Beckett doesn't really go with what I grade, and CGC grades everything I own. They're going to start grading toiletry items soon. I don't know what's next. What is next? Like business cards? Who knows? But they sent the waves into the trading card games. Pokemon, soon to be Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh, it's kind of been quiet grading. There's still PSA and Beckett. Same show there. There isn't a third. There is a third, obviously. Yeah, there is other companies that grade Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but not in the quantity that CGC will be putting out. Video games, you have WADA, you have VGA. VGA was first. VGA, you have WADA, and now CGC. So basically, again, you have a triangle of grading companies competing for everyone's business. And if you compare back and forth, before CGC came out, I compared VGA, or not before CGC is coming out with video games. I compared VGA to PSA. VGA's grading scale similar to PSA's grading scale, and then you have WADA, which I was calling more of a CGC type grading just because of their website is very friendly to use, like CGC, unlike Beckett. And the way they grade their stuff is a little more laxed to get a 9. It's like a 9 versus a 90 at VGA. It's easier to get a 9 through WADA than it is VGA. Usually an 85 through VGA will grade up to about a 9.4, maybe a 9.6. So it's a little bit tougher to grade with VGA, which is why, and a lot of people like VGA. It's been there longer. They're like the PSA, like I said. Some people like the slab type grade, like box that hold their stuff. It looks a little more archaic, a little more dated, and their website is a little more dated. So CGC is going to come in here and make serious waves. It'll be really interesting to see what their price points and time turnarounds are. But again, they've been looking for Yu-Gi-Oh! And starting that for all of 3-4 months. And I swear it's about 3 months, and that hasn't happened yet. So grading video games, I'm sure it'll happen maybe by the end of the year. That, again, might even be quick because you got to come up with a lot of different things. Boxes, labels. And if they're just now starting the hiring process, they have a lot of work to do. I'd be curious to know when they started looking for trading card graders and how long that took to start actually grading cards. Because they started a year ago. They started in, I guess, July of 2020. When did they start hiring and when did they grade their first card? It would be really interesting to see. Yeah, it'll be awesome to see a CGC type slab. They got their blue here. They got a little bit of the CGC blue flying around already on WADA, so I'll be curious to see how much blue is on the CGC ones. If you look at their comics, they have pretty big labels, similar to their cards, big labels, but they're all blue unless you get like a autographed one or it's inked or something. So that'll be awesome. And I'm curious how their scale is going to be. Are they going to follow a similar point scale, or are they going to go multiples of 5, 85, 80, 90, 95, 100? Could go any way. They could even follow, like this isn't, they don't do odd numbers. They don't do 9.3s. It's usually 9.0, 9.2, 9.4. I don't think I've ever seen an 8.5 or a 9.5. It's usually 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, and 10 being the highest. I might have seen 110 in my life, like similar to CGC. WADA, you don't get 10s. VGA, you guess you don't ever see hundreds either. It's very rare, which is similar to PSA now. They're not handing out 10s. You can check out Gem Mint Pokemon just got a handful of Pack Fresh Aquapolis and was it Skyridge? I think it was Aquapolis and is 2E series. I know it was Aquapolis. I don't know the other one. Might have been Expedition. Pack Fresh graded all the hollows. Got a few 10s. All Pack Fresh. And a bunch of 8s. And I don't know, not many 8.5s. They're pretty tight on either 8, 9, or 10. Most of them were 9s, which is near mint card. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see how they cross over into the video game. What's next? What could CGC grade next? I have no clue. I definitely did not foresee them grading video games ever, and that's blowing my mind. So can't wait to send them something. I've been meaning to get a comic or something graded. I've been looking for stuff on eBay to grade. Some old Nintendo Power magazines or something like that would be cool. I know I've mentioned Squeak's Game World has some graded, and they're usually in his background sitting behind him. They're big. You definitely need shelf space. In the basement here, it's not the most ideal situation to have a giant slab sitting on this metal bracket ready to fall over and crack on my cement floor. So maybe the next house. We'll see what happens. But Anyways, that's all for now. I got a CGC return coming soon. That Zapdos is scheduled for grading. Another 143 cards scheduled for grading. My PSA return is also scheduled for grading. So things are moving. Gonna have some returns here probably in the next month, I'm hoping. The Zapdos should be in the next week or so, week and a half. So that'll be good. That bulk submission from CGC, the 143 cards, I think was submitted end of or early February, February 13th. So just to give you guys an idea, if you guys sent anything in, my bulk submission was sent February 13th. Got a few more coming behind that one, so stay tuned. I got my Shadowless Zapdos coming in that I'm going to crack again out of PSA 5 slab, send it to CGC, see how that one does. That one looks cleaner than the Charizard I just resubmitted, so can't wait to see what that does. Let me know. What's CGC graded next? You tell me.